genocide. Shame! Shame! We will continue to demand and to reiterate repression and apartheid off campus! Until our demands are met, we are here to stay, and we will never, ever be silent! We will not relent! We, along with our brothers and sisters on campus all over the world, will not let this complicity to continue. We will not allow it, and our struggle is not only against our campuses, but against the complicit system. We learn from history and our comrades all over the world, from Vietnam to South Africa. Pressure on our institutions and cut ties with genocide once and for all. And to end, I just want to say the Palestinians teach us what it means to be resilient and steadfast. I leave you with a quote from revolutionary Ghassan Kanafani. Everything in this world can be robbed and stolen, except one thing. This one thing is the love that emanates from a human being towards a solid commitment to a conviction or cause. Thank you very much. Join us at our rally at SOAS today at 7:30. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Isn't it beautiful having young people just like leading a whole nation? You know what I mean? Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Let me hear the drums. Who's drumming? Yeah. I need 4 big hits like dum 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 dum. Do it. No, faster than that. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Gaza. Go again. No, go again. Dum 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 dum. Alright, forget about it. It's okay. Appreciate your efforts. Five, 6, 7, 8. Alright, next we have Asad Rahman, Executive Director of War on Want, key voice for social justice and campaigner against militarism and climate injustice. You see that over there? That's what I tried to do.
Thank you, comrade. Solidarity greetings, sisters, brothers, friends from War on Want. I think we're all very, very clear. There is now a dividing line, not just in Britain, but all around the world. On one side stands those of us who are pro-humanity, Jew, Muslim, Christian, young and old, black, brown, white, students and workers. And on the other side, those who are pro-genocide, a motley crew of far-right extremists, racists, Islamophobes and apologists for Israel. For them, it has been clear there is no red line that Israel can't cross. No red line when it comes to ethnic cleansing. No red line when it comes to occupation. No red line when it comes to apartheid. For them, these last 7 months of killing 40,000 Palestinians, of murdering journalists, medics and aid workers, of deliberately starving a people, of raising Gaza to rubble, were just brushed aside. Anything and everything was justified. No amount of war crimes, no crimes against humanity, no amount of genocide would stop their complicity with Israel. They continue to arm Israel, they continue to sign trade agreements with Israel, and they continue to profit from repression. And the hypocrisy has been clear for us all to see. From our government, from the American government, from the German government, from the European governments. They said their red line was Rafah. And what have we seen? Israel is again ignored the international community. And even as we stand here, 1.4 million Palestinians trapped in Gaza, in Rafah, half of the children of Gaza in tents, dozens of bodies being pulled from the rubble of Gaza as bombs drop on them, of the last artery into Gaza, of aid, of water, of food, of medicine, of medics being stopped by Israel. War crime after war crime being committed. And each of them a breach of international law, and our arms sales a breach of UK's own laws. Some of you might have watched this afternoon the despicable scene of the government in Parliament unable and unwilling to even say that they would suspend a British arms to Israel, even as they know those are being used to commit war crimes. But folks, we have all been here before, not just on Palestine. Some of us stood at this very same spot, outside this very same gate, when our government was stood with the South African apartheid regime. And we stood with the South African people, and we said to them, you are not alone. You will never be alone. Just as today, we say to the Palestinian people, you are not alone. You will never be alone. Because all around the world, millions and billions of people are standing up for Palestine, are standing up for human rights. And one day, Israeli apartheid will fall. And those who are complicit, will have to answer for their crimes. And I tell you, there will be many. There will be many who will claim that they stood with Palestine, that they were on those marches, and when we were being vilified as hate mongers, when we stood up for justice, when we spoke the truth about what was taking place in Gaza, we said for 7 months this was the inevitable conclusion of Israel's war on the Palestinian people. And we have been proved right. But being proved right is not enough. We now have to double our efforts against those corporations, our banks like Barclays, which has tripled the amount of its investments into arms companies supplying to Israel. We have to triple our efforts against our own politicians and British government who continues to be complicit. We have to stand with Palestine, not just in word, but in actions. And I want to also extend my solidarity to the young people, not just in America, not just in Britain, but in Germany, in Netherlands, and all around the world, who are saying enough is enough. We stand for justice, we stand for freedom. Free Palestine. Thank you.
It's free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! In our thousands, in our millions! We are all Palestinians! Now our next speaker is here representing the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, who are one of the co-organisers of today's rally. Please make some noise for CND Vice Chair Sophie Bolt! It's so fantastic to see over 4,000 people here today. Well done, everybody! So I send solidarity greetings from the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament. Now, if this military assault on Rafah isn't proof of Israel's genocidal intent, I don't know what it is. Nearly the entire remaining population of Gaza are now crammed into this tiny space at its most southern point. The Palestinians have been